Howdy, my name is James Trapp, and this is my presentation on an analysis of Jerry from the 2014 film The Voices. Jerry Hickfang is a factory worker in the shipping and packaging department of a bathtub company. He lives in a modified apartment over a bowling alley with his dog Bosco and cat Mr. Whiskers. Over the course of the film, he commits several murders because of his loose grip on reality. In the beginning of the film, he presents a chipper and light demeanor. This slowly deteriorates over the course of the film as he becomes more aware of the actions he perpetrates. After watching the film, I believe that Jerry presents with symptoms of schizoaffective disorder. This is a disorder characterized with symptoms of both schizophrenia and a mood disorder. As such, it has symptoms from schizophrenia, such as hallucinations, delusions, and disorganized thinking, as well as those from mood disorders like depressed mood and manic behavior. This disorder is often misdiagnosed as either schizophrenia or bipolar disorder. And while watching the film, I was tempted to say that Jerry just showed signs of schizophrenia, but that ignored many of the other signs that he showed. Throughout the film, Jerry has hallucinations that come as hearing voices. The most common of these voices come from his pets, Bosco and Mr. Whiskers, acting as his conscience as well as providing him with darker impulses. But they also come as seeing his victims communicate with him despite being dead, as well as television figures blaming him for his actions. Jerry also shows signs of having delusions. He sees the world in much brighter colors and ignores the destruction he causes by blaming his cat and other voices. His depressive and manic behavior switch often throughout the film, and he describes them to his counselor, saying, quote, "But even though there were bad moments, there were also moments of inspiration and beauty, when the world makes sense and elegant secret mechanisms of man and God are revealed, in their many dimensions, and the universe is laid out before mine eyes, and it is a blessed place." This leads into the treatments that I believe should have been administered to Jerry. I believe that the combination of psychopharmacology and psychotherapy should have been used to combat the combination of schizophrenic and mood disorder symptoms. Psychopharmacology utilizes medications to alter brain chemistry and communication between neurons. It is criticized for inconsistencies in how people react, but in the case of the film, Jerry showed that his medications worked extremely well at calming his delusions. While his medications could help his delusions, the psychotherapy could help with his mood disorder. Psychotherapy utilizes talk therapy to help control and eliminate troubling symptoms. This helps build relationships with others and learn coping mechanisms for past trauma. It's criticized for the time it takes and for concerns about its efficacy. In fact, this was explored during the film. While Jerry was in his state-mandated counseling, there was no attempt to eliminate his symptoms, as his counselor was only concerned with his compliance to the law. With this stated, I still believe that with a proper counselor that was actively looking to fight his symptoms, he would have had a better chance. Although I think that these treatments would help, the accuracy of how the disorder was portrayed in the film is not congruent with actuality. The film takes a more surreal approach to display the symptoms of hallucinations and delusions. In addition to this, the voices that Jerry hears are atypical, as typical schizophrenic voices are disembodied and do not come from other creatures or bodies. Although in general I believe that portrayal of these disorders can help others understand and empathize with people's struggles, as well as helping people understand their own personal struggles, there needs to be a balance to prevent negative views of the disorders. In the case of the film, the portrayal of the disorder was very violent. This can be uncomfortable to watch and can lead to audiences forming negative stereotypes about mental disorders. This concludes my presentation on Jerry and his disorder in the film The Voices. Thank you for listening.